Hello everyone, my name is Caleb Crosby and today I'm going to be going over botnets, their implications, and countermeasures. The number of devices that are able to connect to the internet has grown considerably. Since 2011, it went from 8 billion devices to 17.4 billion today, so that's over double. Since the internet has been around, devices that use it have been susceptible to many forms of attack. Denial of service or distributed denial of service attacks, worms, malware, all the common things that most computers are susceptible to either way. Um, they've been around since the early 2000s, and they're able to use any one of those varieties of attack for infection or for whatever intent that the person has with the botnet. So what is a botnet? Well, typically it's an array of internet-capable devices that are controlled by a centralized hub, not by invitation, and normally with malicious intent. There are peer-to-peer based, decentralized architecture, botnets, not too common. There are internet relay chat based, centralized architecture botnets, but those are fairly uncommon as well. The most popular is definitely HTTP based botnets, which also follow a centralized network or architecture, and they're definitely the most popular because they are usually permitted by firewalls. So there's usually not a lot stopping them there already. How are they made? So most botnets today can be made using malware creation tools that anyone with enough knowledge to run a website can use. So you can literally go download something, a piece of software that you can run on Windows or Mac, and it will step by step direct you on how to build your botnet. And these days, most people don't go through the effort of doing it manually, but it can be done, especially if you've got like a 0 day or something like that to employ and you want to keep that secret. The reason why they're so easy to make is because many Internet of Things devices are very weak as far as security goes. They almost sometimes have no security built into them. A lot of times, if they do, it's very weak username password type things, and a lot of them are already preset. Most people don't change them, and they're easy to crack that way. Um, and because there's about 17 billion of these things out there today that have like no security, it's quite easy to take advantage of a large cluster of these things and then use them for whatever malicious intent one might have. Um, the malware creation tools allow the user to create a command and control or CNC center to manipulate the bots on the botnet. And that's where that centralized network, that's where they can distribute their commands to the bots and tell them what to do. They take advantage of internet protocols, like pinging and stuff like that for denial of service attacks and stuff like that. They take advantage of MySQL database exploits, PHP exploits for web pages and stuff like that. And they also just take advantage of the lack of security in Internet of Things devices in general. Some of the implications from all of this. So click fraud has become a thing because of botnets. So basically, you can take advantage of Google Ads by creating a website and putting a Google ad on there. And if you create a botnet that clicks on that Google ad enough, the way that some of those Google ads work is that they'll actually build up money the more they get clicked on. So if you build a bunch of bots to click on this ad, it'll get you a ton of money in some cases. They're also good for evading spam filters, so they can recognize which computers are sending out lots of emails already, so that they can kind of take advantage of those and put in their spam emails through there and try to get more computers infected or do whatever they're trying to do. It can also speed up password cracking on the online bank accounts or Bitcoin mining, so they can get a bunch of computers to do the computations necessary to crack a password instead of just having the one to do it. And they're also the most popular use for them these days have been denial or distributed denial of service attacks. And the distributed part comes from the fact that these bots are in many different locations and they're utilizing those bots in those locations to perform the attack. And the purpose of the attack is to take down a website, or in some cases, it's used as a form of extortion and for corporations and such. There are some countermeasures to the problem. There are self-learning algorithms that are trying to that they're in development still, basically, but they're trying to follow the patterns of botnet behavior on networks to identify bots or the CNC servers that are controlling the bots. But it's really difficult to tell the difference between botnet and regular web traffic, so it's proving difficult for sure. There are several companies that sell services to defend against distributed denial of service attacks. So some corporations, or I mean, even regular users or consumers can have the service. Just avoid spam emails and ads in general. It's usually a good way to avoid becoming part or getting your machine infected by the botnet. But other than that, there's not much else that can be done until the Internet of Things devices are kind of built with more security in mind, or more encryption, or just more security in general. There's a lot of things that can connect to the internet, and it's proving to have some unforeseen consequences. So it'd be good to get those, get some standards on some of those devices. But yeah, that's pretty much it for botnets and what I was going to go over. These are the links that I've got for references. A couple of them require a login to get into some databases. The other one there is good to go for anyone. So yes, thank you.